Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. In this next video, I'd like to just go through the pieces of the introduction section. And when we talk about the introduction, it has a purpose. And obviously, I can't say, well, the purpose of the introduction is to introduce the reader to your paper. Although that's true, it has elements that must be addressed. So let's talk about some of the elements of the introduction. So first, actually, let me pull up the document that I created, right? So first, what I'd like to do is talk about the thesis paragraphs. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to capture the attention of the reader. And in 2 to 3 paragraphs, you should be able to convey the problem that you're addressing to the reader. And people are like, well, how do I capture the attention of a reader? The answer is simple. I say talk about the 3 Ds: deaths, dollars, and disabilities. If you talk about deaths, dollars, and disabilities, you're going to capture their attention. And every single topic has one or more of these components in them. And when you're doing a thesis, it's my job to help you, but we'll talk in the lab about how to find articles related to your thesis paragraphs. So I also say that at the end of the thesis, you should have some kind of framing. Well, we talked about the problem, we talked about its impact on society in these 3 different ways. And then you should have a concluding sentence that says, therefore, the purpose of this research study is to ... You've hooked them. Afterwards, you're going to have general theories. Now, when we think about your general theories, you're going to have anywhere between 1 to 3 theories. You have 3 research questions. If all 3 research questions can be conceptualized using one theory, then great. If you need more than one theory, then that's fine too. But you're going to introduce the reader to the theory. You're going to state what the theory's name is. You're going to tell who the originator of the theory was, and you're going to explain that theory. For each theory, you're going to organize your research, and I'm going to talk to you about an annotated outline as well. But you're going to organize your research around the general theory. So you need a total of, right now I'm saying 10 articles, peer review articles. You've done that, right? So now your annotated outline will help you funnel the articles where they belong. So you're going to help subdivide them according to your general theories and according to your research questions. So we have more to talk about that. I have a separate video for that. But so your general theories you should cover. Now, the good news is that your supporting research, your 10 articles are done. You found them already. So that you're golden. It's not something you have to start from scratch. Now, gaps in the research, every study has limitations. Every study has some aspect that it cannot be generalized to. So we want to, with our research, fill in the gaps. Whatever was not covered in that study, we want to address with our work. So try and reflect back on the research that you've gone through, the 10 articles, and think about patterns, right, of who their population was, how they did this study. Think about all this, and a pattern will emerge, and you'll identify that your study fills in some gaps. I want 3 to 5 gaps for this purpose, right? Now, I always say that there is a pro tip. A pro tip is to go to their limitation section and think about how you address some of their limitations. Now, the limitations are found in the discussion section of their article. And then last but not least, you have your research questions and hypotheses. It's done. Now, in terms of an annotated outline, right, which I'm going to cover a little bit now and then come back to it. As I said, you're going to have your thesis paragraphs, which are 2 to 3 paragraphs, and you're going to do source 1, source 2, source 3 about death, dollars, disabilities. Forgive the typo, it's general strain theory. And then you put your sources, and then you have your social learning theory, source 4, 5, 6. So you organize them. Again, you're going to have 10. You might have more theories in each of the categories. And then you put them there. And then you talk about your gaps, gap 1, 2, 3. And I give you an example of how to write a gap in a research. Smith 2018 proposed blah, blah, blah. However, they blah, blah, blah. This research is limited by blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. More specifically, it's unclear that blah, blah, blah. In my study, I will expand it by blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. And then obviously your research question. So that's how you do an annotated outline. So I'm going to make this resource available for you as well. But that is a very quick video on the introduction. Now, I also have a full lab report shell and a full lab report review video on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to stop my share and stop the video there. Who would have thought that I can deconstruct an introduction in about 10 minutes? All right, till next time, everybody, take care.